But I think it's going to become incumbent on people like the Ag Commissioner, people like the Secretary of Ag in Washington, to facilitate the dialogue between the person in downtown Houston versus the person out here, and say, you're just as tied to ag as this person is out here, and this is why, it's so important. And then we start talking about, stability, and we start talking, believe it or not, about national security and food playing a vital role in that. And so, yeah, I think the Ag Commissioner is going to have a big job going forward. That's why I think this office is, unfortunately, it's seen right now as a stepping stone, because we've had 3 good commissioners, 3 good Republican ag commissioners that have done a great job while they're there, but they were also very good politicians. And so we have a governor, a retiring comptroller, and hopefully, probably a lieutenant governor moving on. And so there's people on the outside, people from Houston, people from Dallas looking and saying, this is the gateway to statewide elected politics. Well, I'm going to tell you that's not the case. This job is going to become increasingly more important in the future as we move away from the agricultural community. More and more of our people and our population lives in the urban communities, and that's where not only the votes are, but that's where the consumers are. And so you need to talk to them on that level about why it's so important, why you need to know where your food comes from, where your fiber comes from. You can roll in food safety when talking about those things, and knowing your farmer, buying local. Buying local is a big thing in Texas. So all those things combined, this office is going to have a big spokesperson, whether you're talking about the Farm Bill or you're talking about, why we need to spend money on this and that in Texas, and advocating for agriculture. And if we don't have somebody doing that, obviously I think we're going to be in big trouble. And I think people are going to realize one day when milk goes from $3, $4 a gallon to $9 and $10 a gallon, they're going to go, oh, wait a second, maybe that guy was right. We should have listened instead of farming it out to some third world country. Water issues, regulatory type issues. They're making sure that we have a regulatory environment that helps the average farmer, the family farm, family ranch succeed in the future.
Are you hearing too much regulations or not?
Too much regulation. Too much regulation. I'm working on the national level. I've worked with people from all states. I could not do what I do as a family organization if I lived in California. There's no way. The overhead is out of sight. There's no way that's why you see these big, huge corporate farming operations out there and corporate shipping operations, because they have the size to absorb all of that. Your family farm, no. And the people out there in these rural type situations, they see that. Whether you're talking about the prairie chicken, and you're talking about EPA type issues, or you're talking about Department of Labor, and you're talking about some of the hoops that they're infringing on, hiring of people and trying to employ people. We have some guest worker type programs in the state. They're not great by any means, but they've almost put a stop to those, and they're almost forcing people out of business.